Hey friends, TUXX here. We normally fly Delta first class, but for this particular flight, we're going to Tampa from Key West, and we wanted a direct flight. So I thought I'd take my chances here, roll the dice, and try Breeze Airlines just to see what it was all about. I was trying to find YouTube reviews on it and didn't find too much. So here we go, guys. This is a return flight plane. It looked pretty nice, pretty spacious, you know, not bad. There's no video entertainment and no Wi-Fi, so keep that in mind. The menu system itself was a little bit light too. In fact, on the way up, they had water service. So like, sir, would you like me to pour some water in your first class cup? It was like, no, it's okay, sir. You know, it's all right. But on the way back, they did have some premium snacks and drinks, which did include alcohol, for free in first class. I think water service was still offered to everyone else in the plane, you know, so that felt a little bit weird. I'd say if you're flying a longer flight, it definitely is worth it to fly a bigger airline to get food. Normally, if you fly over 1,000 miles, you get food service, you know, and the food actually, we've had United, Delta, different airlines, and it's usually pretty good, in my opinion, you know, and definitely a step above, like, you know, snacks. And they didn't even have everything on the menu here, like the cheese and crackers they didn't have. It was really limited, you know, what they had to offer on there, maybe because of the second flight, the second booked flight. More about that in a second. What I ended up getting was a Diet Coke and chips here, which was good enough for a 40-minute flight, you know. I would say it was nice enough, okay, if I may use that term, you know, but in general, it was a little lacking, you know, so kind of keep that in mind. With no Wi-Fi again, no movies, it did feel kind of weird. Now, we did have a problem, okay? On the return flight, the morning of the return flight, we were driving back in our Escalade to the airport, and it was a situation where we got a text message saying, oh, we're delaying your flight, and they didn't really say a reason. So when we got to the counter there, you know, it was like we asked them, hey, you know, what's the reason? Was it, you know, weather or something? It was 9/11 too, actually. And the guy was like, oh, it's because, and he hemmed and hawed, and he didn't answer. He didn't answer 3 times. He kept finding an excuse, talking to another coworker, talking to a different customer, just avoiding the question. Finally, I was like, you know, what gives, guys? Like, what was the reason? Finally, on the 4th attempt, he said it was because of the weather, okay? I did talk to locals. There was absolutely no weather. It was a lie. When we boarded the plane later, you know, the person did say it was because of the wait. They had to split the plane into 2 groups, and that's fine, but it'd be nice if they would have, like, bumped the coach passengers instead of the people who spent more in first class. It's all the same weight, you know what I'm saying? And the people who pay more should have had priority for staying on the first flight, because it was a little disappointing. They did give us a $40 voucher to eat at the airport, but again, I would have preferred to sleep in and eat at the Hilton in their deluxe buffet, you know, with made to order everything, instead of actually having like airport food, you know. But that was my experience, guys. I hope that helped you a little bit to make a decision. Ask me questions if you want. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.